So we are back again with another video, and today we're doing another episode of Arsenal transfer news. Now this is one day before the big North London derby in pre-season for Arsenal, but today we are going to be talking about some transfer news, and we're going to be bringing you the latest on James Maddison, as his Arsenal move is looming, but nothing is close yet. Now let's bring you up to date with the timeline. Obviously Arsenal did make a bid of £40 million plus Ainsley Maitland-Niles, which was reported by me. And I told you that a few days ago. Now that bid has been rejected. Leicester are said to have not want any of the players Arsenal proposed, which include Joe Willock, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah. Leicester want none of those players. And what Leicester want is a cash only bid. That's what they want. They want £70 million. That is the price for James Maddison this summer. Now, Arsenal's second offer will still be a player. Now, that will be another player which we do not know of yet. Callum Chambers is said to be one of the names in that, but Arsenal do think they might go in for a cash plus Joe Willock offer, which will probably also be rejected, as Arsenal do not want any of those players or Callum Chambers, and they just want cash. They want £70 million in hard cash. That's what Leicester City wants, and that's what will be required to take James Maddison to Arsenal. So that is the situation. Leicester wants £70 million, and that is confirmed. Look, £70 million. That should be it. Now, obviously, Arsenal can negotiate that price and bring it down, use add-ons, use sell-on clauses, because Norwich actually have a sell-on clause for James Maddison if he were to move on to Arsenal. So Norwich will get a cut of that fee. But what Arsenal could do is, which would be quite clever, is insert a sell-on clause of their own, which may bring down the £70 million. So Arsenal could do a deal between 60 to 65 and add on a sell-on clause. Leicester could add on a sell-on clause and say, look, any future fee, we'll give you 20%, whatever. We'll do something like that for you. And that could be quite an interesting one Arsenal could do to bring down the price a bit. Or we could just try and sell Joe Willock to Newcastle. We're going to be talking about Joe Willock in a bit. But we could sell Joe Willock separately. We could sell Ainsley separately. We could sell Eddie. But the thing is, we've left it so late now. You know, looking at the date, it's like the 7th of August. We've got less than a month left of this window. The season starts in a week. And we're not selling any of these players, which is so ridiculous, because this was meant to be the overhaul of the century, of the history or whatever. So, look, I'm optimistic that we can sign James Maddison this summer, but we have put ourselves in a difficult situation, because I do very much expect Arsenal to just drag this on, because they just won't be willing to pay £70 million just straight away. That's the problem. We're not paying it straight away. We need to pay it straight away. And I don't think £70 million is that bad. You think about how much Leicester ripped off for Harry Maguire, for Ben Chilwell, how much we signed Ben White for, add English tax, add his creativity, add his goals, add his Premier League experience into that. I don't think £70 million is that bad. It's still a lot of money, and I think you could probably do with him being a bit less. But I don't think 70 million, it could be worse, put it that way. I think it's £70 million, it could be way worse than that. And that's the news on James Maddison. £70 million is what it's going to take for Maddison. The next bit of news we're going to be talking about is Aouar. Now, latest reports are suggesting that Aouar is waiting for Arsenal. We did tell you guys that a deal was close between Arsenal and Aouar. However, that has been put on bystand, as Arsenal do want to go for James Maddison first. Arsenal is set to want both Aouar and James Maddison. However, it's going to be very difficult, as Arsenal do need to offload players before they can afford even James Maddison first. I do think if we sell someone like Joe Willock to Newcastle for £25 million, we can afford Maddison, but that remains to be seen whether we do get rid of players so we can buy. But I think we should just sign Aouar. Like, he's half the price we wanted him last summer. You know, we all got told that Arteta, the board, were all in love with Aouar. You know, they really loved the profile of the player and wanted to bring him to Arsenal. He's available for half the price. We put in a bid last summer of close to £40 million, which got rejected. Now he's available for 20 to 30 and we're not paying it, which to me is very baffling, because if he's a player we want, why don't we just go do the money? You know, look, get Aouar and Maddison. Both fit the profile. Aouar can play in a pivot next to Partey. He's the perfect Ceballos replacement. Well, it's not hard to replace Ceballos, but he'd be the ideal one. And Maddison could play just ahead of the two. I think that would be the perfect midfield for us going into next season, because I see Partey as the DM, stick Aouar next to him, get Maddison up, 70 plus 20, 90, maybe 100, do it, you know, then sell Ainsley, then sell Joe Willock, then sell Eddie, then sell Reece Nelson, and all of a sudden, that £100 million that you've put towards Maddison and Aouar is now not a lot of money, because you reimbursed it through sales. But we didn't do this early enough in the window, and that's what gives me the ick every single Arsenal summer transfer window. We don't do business early, and now we're stuck in a situation where we need to do too much, because we've clearly not done enough in this window. And yeah, that's the news on Houssem Aouar, as he is waiting, and it just remains to be seen what happens now with Houssem Aouar, whether we will go for him, whether another club going for him, Spurs were interested. Let's just see what happens. But that is the news on Houssem Aouar. Next bit of news I wanted to give you guys an update is on Lautaro Martinez. Now, look, Lautaro Martinez, we've talked about him quite a lot recently, and he's another player Arsenal are interested in signing. Striker wasn't our priority. It was quite down there in our priorities, like very low priority, because we've still got Lacazette at the club. We've still got Aubameyang at the club. We signed Balogun to a new deal. Eddie Nketiah is still at the club. And guess what? We've not got rid of any of those players. So to see how we could afford Martinez without selling any of our strikers is pretty hilarious, to my opinion. Lacazette would have to sell him to Inter Milan, but Inter Milan are said to want Zapata from Atalanta and Edin Dzeko from Roma. Now apparently Inter Milan, their owner, told everyone in a meeting, their board and at the time manager Antonio Conte, that all of their players at the right price would be available for sale, which is why Conte resigned. Now, Romelu Lukaku is set to, probably going to compete his move to Chelsea for 130 million. Everyone was thinking that would end any chances of Martinez moving to Arsenal. And personally, I think it will end all chances of Martinez moving to Arsenal, because I doubt Inter Milan want to lose both their top players in the same window. However, Inter Milan do need the money, and apparently if the right offer comes in for Martinez, they'll be willing to sell. Now, apparently they don't want either Lacazette or Bellerin, because for right back, Inter Milan are prioritising Denzel Dumfries. So Hector Bellerin isn't on top of the list. Oh, for God's sake. Bellerin's probably going to be here next season, isn't he? Anyway, Martinez, his price would be close to 70 to 80. Arsenal said to us still working on the deal to get Lautaro Martinez to Arsenal. It's going to be difficult. I don't think this is going to happen, but I don't think official talks have even started for Martinez yet. It's still paper talk. But, however, we keep moving, and let's just hope. He'd be an amazing signing, but I just don't see how it can happen, because we've still got Lacazette, Aubameyang, Balogun and Nketiah. Out of those four, I'd keep Balogun and Aubameyang and sell Laka and Eddie, but this club are just moving so slow, especially with sales. It's so slow. Oh my god. But that is the news on Lautaro Martinez, that there is still hope of doing a deal. However, it will be very, very difficult. And the last bit of news I want to talk about is, of course, Joe Willock. I have alluded to him in this video, and I want to just quickly go over Joe Willock, as a lot of rumours were circulating yesterday about his move to Newcastle, as he was apparently on a plane to Newcastle. But, however, I do understand that this is a very, very close deal. Newcastle have put the money towards the table. £25 million is what Newcastle are putting on the table for Joe Willock to move to Newcastle. Joe Willock is now, doing a final decision whether to move to Tyneside. Arsenal are willing to let him go so they can fund the deals for James Maddison, Aouar, Martinez, whoever on our dream world we're signing. But for me, just get rid. I like Willock. He's okay. I don't think he was good enough when he was at Arsenal. He did alright at Newcastle. Just get rid of him. Newcastle's about his level. Just get rid. Come on. He didn't do well at this club. If we get, in January we could have only got 10 to 15. Now we're getting 20 to 25. Just get rid of him. Just use it towards other money. And that's just my thoughts on Joe Willock. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you get rid of Joe Willock or not? Or would you use the Joe Willock money and go get Aouar for the same money? I know who I'm getting. But yeah, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.